is Alan Carter. I'm from Chicago, and about 20 years ago I moved to this beautiful city here in San Francisco. And I got a job working at Merrill Lynch, great company. And my boss looked at me one day, said, "Alan, you're turning 47, what are you going to do? Your passion is for food." And from there I signed up for the California Culinary Academy. And here I am today, an executive pastry chef at Mission Beach Cafe. My grandmother's my first image of cooking and doing something with passion. She would get up at 4 in the morning and have this creative, just this huge table of food. It was so incredible. I'd wake up at 7 and these biscuits bigger than I was. My mom, she had her own take on stuff, but her cornbread, her tea cakes, so delicate. It's just like they melt in your mouth, and she forgot the recipe. I would say my favorite thing to eat would be pizza. There's an element that's similar to pastry, and there's another element that's similar to savory. And that similarity is the crust. Developing a beautiful crust is so difficult.
How are you? Good.
I'm so looking forward to this. I want to see pizza. My favorite food is pizza. I'm with my wonderful dear friend Cher here at the Chino, and she's going to make one of my favorite things, pizza. What are you looking for as far as when you make pizza dough? Can you knead it too long?
Oh, totally. You can let your yeast sit out too long.
Wow. So you use a fresh yeast or a dry yeast?
I use a fresh yeast right now. In order for us to be more consistent, especially when we weigh things out.
Oh, I'm excited. So we're going to cook this and we're going to have a piece for the whole one for me.
Oh, excellent.
Don't have to make it. I might have another one, because this one and another one's not going to be enough.
Okay, I'll make as many as you want, honey.
This is absolutely phenomenal. I do these cooking demonstrations, and I've done them at Bloomingdale's, Macy's, Ritz-Carlton, and my philosophy behind it is to engage the audience and make them feel important. A lot of times people will cook from a cookbook and it doesn't turn out right, and then they feel like they fail and they can't cook. And I reassure them, you can cook. You just need the right instructions. And I also noticed there's not a lot of good pastry programs on TV. And I want to be one of those that educate, very knowledgeable in my field, and I want to pass that on to as many people as possible.
1840s. It's a cross between a Japanese apple called an Indo and a Gold Delicious. Now, it sounds weird. Cooks well.
I'm learning a lot about these apples, like the root soups. I never even heard of the root soups as an apple. Now I get to change my whole agenda and start a whole new thing with new recipes and everything with apples. I worked at Chow here in San Francisco and was a pastry chef. And my boss, everybody was fascinated on how well I did pastries. And I did some deep thinking and decided to go to Paris to pursue this passion much more. And it was just the best experience I could ever have. It was absolutely phenomenal. The present, I feel as though my pies, I'm so well known for this buttery crust that people say they want to scoop out the fruit and eat the crust itself. My influences, I have plenty, but the ones that stand out the most, I would say Julia Child, Bernard Clayton, Jacques Pepin was probably the most distinguished out of all of them because he was more precise. And pastries, you have to be precise. And the ingredients and the integrity, and he just put so much passion into it. That just took me over. And I have his books, and I follow a lot of his methods. I'm probably considered the nicest pastry chef anybody's worked with. And it's because I've gone through a lot with other pastry chefs who feel they have to get angry and throw things across the room. It's unnecessary. People want to cook and they want to enjoy it. And so I feel like I want to help you, or help anyone, to do the best they can.